Being alone is feared by many, but also misunderstood by many. In today's society, we are surrounded by so many distractions that we tend to forget the very valuable things in life. We don't even give ourselves a chance to stop and think anymore and ask ourselves, who am I?
You know, being alone isn't all that bad. In fact, really, man, when you're alone, when you have a lot of time to yourself to self-evaluate, hold yourself accountable, and really just a lot of self-reflection. I feel like a lot of people nowadays, man, they're not honest with themselves where, they're just not honest with themselves. And that could just lead to further problems down the road. Check this out. Come here. So we live in a world where people are afraid to be alone, right? What that results to is when you're afraid to be alone, you never have time to yourself. Obviously, you guys are probably looking at this like, well, duh. But let's really break this down. So let's say a relationship, for example. You have a bad breakup. Everybody's had bad breakups, heartbreaks. It's a common thing. Let's just say you jump into another relationship shortly after. How do you have time to heal from the damage that was just done? You know what I mean? What people will do is they'll go from one person to another person. How do you have time to self-reflect and know your worth? It's like, hey, I'm noticing a common denominator. I do not like these type of traits in people. I do not like these type of traits in my girl. I like these type of traits in women. You know what I mean? People don't allow themselves to have that time to themselves to learn that stuff. What they do is they keep going into new situations, broken, even friendships and stuff. And now at the point where, everything's toxic. So let's bring this back. So being alone is a good thing. I'm not saying to be alone forever. I'm just saying being alone is a good thing because you allow yourself to have time to yourself to really learn about yourself, love yourself. Now, although there's benefits of being around friends, family, and having relationships, like there's benefits to it. But we live in a world where a lot of people are really afraid to be alone, and that's kind of scary to me. I understand both, I'm used to being alone, but it's like outside looking in, it's like I'm seeing people where it's like they rely on happiness. They rely on other people for validation, other people for happiness. And self-consciously, they don't really understand that because they're always around somebody. So they're never going to get or really understand that unless they have a harsh reality with themselves, which a lot of people don't really like to have that either. Like a lot of people don't even know who the hell they are. Listen, I've always said this, man. If you, I'm gonna say two things before I end the video. If you can't sleep with yourself at night, or you can't look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with who you are, regardless of how you look or how you feel, it's like, what are we really doing? And it's an everyday struggle. That mental battle it's an everyday struggle. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it's easy. Come on, just look in the mirror and smile, going about your day. And it'll be sunflowers and roses. It's fucking amazing. No, it doesn't work like that, Last thing I'm gonna talk about is you gotta be okay with walking down dark paths alone. I'm not talking about going downtown, wherever you guys live. Don't go downtown in a dark alley and just... You're gonna go through some lows, you're gonna go through some highs. And sometimes it'll just flip like that the next day or so. Sometimes you can have the best week ever. The next week, you just feel like shit. And nothing bad will happen. You know what I mean? Nothing bad will happen. It's like nothing to trigger. For some reason, you just kind of get this emptiness inside you. Sometimes you gotta go through that. And the crazy thing is, man, you got the support between friends, family. Not everybody might have that support, but sometimes, man, you can have friends, family. You know what I mean? Like I said, you look at your situation, like you're not in a bad situation, but it's like, well, why am I still unhappy? So